Hi guys. I'm sorry for this. I'm on my Mac and I'm filming in the most YouTube has 10 years way possible. So I guess I'm topical. Right now, it's a thoughts on things video, so I know that only 3 people will see it, so I don't have to apologize for being myself and rambling. So that's great. I wanted to talk about something that has been kind of on my mind lately. I don't know, there's so many things happening, guys. I don't even know where to start. I'm going to just close the window because dying of hypothermia while talking about how depressed you are, it seems not a good way to go. I want it to be more fabulous than that, so, and a little bit later if possible. So yeah, I've been really overwhelmed because, sometimes when you have problems and you realize that there's something that's wrong in the way that you react to things, you can be anxious, you can be a little bit depressed, you can be not in the best of moods, but when you decided to tackle something on, or you realize that you have a real problem and all of a sudden you know that you cannot pretend it doesn't exist anymore, it's just there. It's all of a sudden you have this new friend that's all the time just here. I have this person that just reminds you have to work on this shit, 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 and that's weighing a little bit. I'm not in debt like traditionally. I just have every single month a crazy credit card bill. Crazy. My card is, I have to pay my bill every 5th of the month. The 4th is a day where I cry because I know that the next day I will have a mail from my banker that says there's a problem. So I realized that, and I've been watching Dave Ramsey. Chill out. I'm going to tell you everything that separates me from the typical Dave Ramsey client, let's say. I don't have kids. I'm not married. I don't own a home. I am not Christian. And I'm not Republican. But his approach to money is incredibly easy. And it's so logical. And it's so common sense. And it's so easy to follow. Love it. So one of his things is make a budget. So I made a budget and I realized that my needs and my wants were two completely different things, but they live on different planets. They don't speak the same language. They are not the same animal. They're not connected in any way. All of a sudden on paper you realize how much in the shit you are. And so that happened a little bit later in the game. But in December, what happened is that I had this credit card bill that I had to pay, and some of my clients didn't pay me. They paid me now. And I found myself with, I think, 3,000 euros that I couldn't pay. I had 3,000 euros that were asked of me, and I couldn't pay them. And I called my mother crying. And all of a sudden, it really dawned on me that I had a problem. It wasn't just, oh, you're this cute girl that spends a little bit too much money, but each and every time you fall on your feet, because that's true, I fall on my feet, I'm not in crazy debt, but it means that every month there's a struggle. At this point in your life where, you realize that you earn money, but apparently you spend so much that it doesn't cover it, even though you have really good months, there's a problem, So I decided to put myself on a spending ban. And at this point I realized that I was addicted to shopping, addicted to consuming. Basically, I couldn't stop shopping. I couldn't just put my card and leave it in this box and not touch it. It wasn't possible. If you send me a good enough deal on my inbox, I will take advantage of it. That lasted a few months where I kept on buying things. And, sorry, it's so old school. But the situation was not deteriorating. It was going better. But when you realize that you're addicted to something, it's always a very, very nasty feeling. And it's not like I'm addicted to making squats and push-ups. I'm addicted to spending money that I don't have. And so I bought a budget book. I started, researching on YouTube how to do things, how I'm getting out of the shit. And this is where I found Dave Ramsey. So big announcement, I'm doing the Dave Ramsey baby steps. I will keep you posted on that and tell you how I get on with it, and if it's something that you can find useful. I'm pretty sure you will if you try it. But this is going to be a little bit different because most of the people who make Dave Ramsey videos and budgeting videos and things like that, and getting out of debt videos, are couples, and they're Catholic and they American, and I'm this French girl who's not single but not really married and who doesn't have kids and doesn't plan on having kids anytime soon, and I don't own a home, and it's really more about building something than trying to get out of something. I'm trying to get out of some type of addiction, and the way that I was taught by myself, that was self-taught to use money, meaning for everything and anything. My mom once said something to me when I was buying so many clothes. She said, it's not because it's beautiful that you have to own it. And when she said that, I remember I was 13 or 14. I looked at her like she said something that was ridiculous. I looked at her like she said, I think that earth is flat, not round. But there was a kind of a disbelief, kind of a, what are you saying? Something that was so illogical. Yes, if I have the money and it's beautiful, then I buy it. There was really that. You don't understand how money works, mother. There was really that, this kind of child that looks at her mother thinking, oh, my mother doesn't know anything because she just said that. And I understood what it meant maybe 3 months ago. It took so long for me to understand what she was saying. It's not because it has a price tag that you can afford, that you have to own it and that you have to buy it. It's okay. And I didn't get that. I'll end this little story for now, but it's a work in progress. I'm going to tell you that this budget now is working, and it's such a relief. It's very painful because you feel like you're only working to mend something. And working on mending something is less fun than constructing something or buying something already made for you. You have to mend things that are not working out for you, and you're responsible for that not working out for you. So it's been it's been difficult. I'm not going to lie, and I still have moments where I receive a deal in my inbox and I'm like, oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god, I wanted this. Oh, and I rationalize and I try to find excuses to buy the thing that is offered to me at this point. But I'm really happy to report that I didn't buy anything for, I think it's been 3 months. When I say I didn't buy anything, it's budgeted for. It's, I have a budget for clothing and miscellaneous. So it's part of the budget, and I didn't overspend on that front. So I'm really happy about that. I have a few systems that I put in place to really help me along this journey. And some are fun, some are not. But they're really working for me, and I could, give you the tips in a video that's a little bit more constructed. It's been since December where gradually, really quickly, there was a quick drop in the spending, like super quick. But now it's been quite some times where I didn't buy anything that wasn't either budgeted for or on my wish list. And I'll talk about it in my tips because that I found really worked for me. And I know that for somebody who follows Dave Ramsey and they have 4 kids, the wish list seems like a luxury that cannot happen. So this is really the Dave Ramsey method, step by step, no cheating ever. But it's kind of for people who maybe have a little bit of extra money and they're not raising children and they're not owning an apartment and paying a mortgage, and you know, that want to go there, but maybe the lifestyle is not exactly the same. So that's another tip. I have some things really worked for me, so I really want to make a video about it, and it's going to be a little bit niche, compared to what I have on the other videos that I have on my channel, but I think it's really important to talk about these things. I think it's great to implement a method to the madness. Keep a little bit of the madness in. I don't know. You'll tell me what you think about it, and if you have tips, and if you've been budgeting, not necessarily with the Dave Ramsey method, but if you've been budgeting or taking care of your own money, and you know, and nobody taught you, or somebody taught you, nobody taught me. If you have a system, please let's share. I'm going to link one thing by Dave Ramsey, so if, just so you know what I'm talking about. So if next week or in 2 weeks I make another video, especially for the Dave Ramsey thing and the budgeting and how it's worked out for me and my spending habits, you know what I'm talking about when I say baby step 1, for example. For those of you who know the Dave Ramsey, you're like, yeah, I know baby step 1. For those of you who don't, then, just check it out, just so you know what I'm talking about and if it's of any interest to you. And second thing, I'm going to link a video that's called Marry Yourself, I think, Who You Really Want to Marry, or something like that, by a girl that's a woman that's, beautiful and shiny, diamond-like, and it really touched me, her speech. It's the TED speech, and it's great. And I'll leave it with these 2 videos. Please watch them, one for information purpose and one to have a little bit of a hug from the inside out. So that's a good ending, sending you to somewhere better. I love you guys, all of you, and I hope you're interested in talking about things like that with me. Because I think it's important, and it's nice to talk about makeup, but let's be stronger and better and wonderful women that we are, full of force, that don't depend on anybody else to be fucking kick ass, okay? Bye, guys.